well, we're gonna reading from the book The Money and the Law of Attraction. Still learning to attract health, wealth, and happiness by Esther and Jerry Hicks, The Teaching of Abraham. And also we will do some freedom release methods from the Abraham Now. So I'm gonna pick up things that I've been heard from those sessions with the Abraham Now, and then I'm gonna to find something there we can release and fill up with good energy. So it's gonna be a fun hour for sure, and expansion. That is always a lot of expansion in this classes and in this Facebook lives with all of you coming together and co-create with yourself and co-creating with each other. It's good energy coming through, so always good. So let's see here. Hi Jen, and be beautiful day. So we are now on page 54 from this book, The Money and the Law of Attraction. Cool. I am not responsible for others' creation. So Ilona, hi Ilona. A happy beautiful day, Scott. I am not responsible for others' creations. You must not accept the responsibility for what others are doing in their own life experience. See them as emerging from their lack and know that it is going to be better for them later. And then you will begin to feel better. You may even inspire them in their sleep state to an improved direction. When you think about them, see them as happy. Do not regurgitate in your mind the sad conversation you have had or the party. Envision them as getting on with their life just as you are getting on with yours. Trust that they have the guidance within them to find their own way. What trips most of you up so often in your wanting to help others is that you believe they need my help because they cannot help themselves. But that belief is detrimental to them because deep down inside, they know that they can do it and that they are wanting to do it. Begin to say things to your partner such as, "You're such a fantastic person, and while we haven't connected on as many levels as I would like, I know that there is a perfect partner waiting for you, and I'm releasing you to that wonderful opportunity. Look for it. I don't want to keep you caged here, captive to something that neither one of us wants. I want to free us both to that which we both are wanting. I'm not telling you goodbye forever. I'm saying, let's let let this relationship have a new understanding between us. One that is inspired from passionate, positive desire, not one that is whipped into place because we are afraid of the possible consequences." And then say to the person, "When I think of you, I will always know that while you are sad now, you're going to be happy later. I'm going to choose to see you as happy because that's the way I like you best, and that's the way you prefer too." This may sound tough or cold, but nothing else makes sense. Happy beautiful day, Tineke. So, listen for guidance or reach for good feelings. You have the ability to pivot under any and all conditions. It does not matter how negative something seems. You have the ability to give your attention to the positive aspects of it. The only things that get in your way are some old habits, or maybe some strong influences from others. Most people are habitual in nature, and your patterns are so well entranced that at times the fastest path to the joy you seek is for you to take your pivot as you sleep, and then awaken and a new day already in the direction of that which you are wanting. By reaching for good feeling thoughts before you go to sleep, and then experiencing the benefit of the quiet mind that occurs while you sleep, and then upon awakening, immediately turning to good feeling thoughts, you can accomplish the ultimate pivoting experience. A few days of following that pattern will provide a big change in your habit of thought and your point of attraction, and you will discover improvement in virtually every aspect of your life. What if I play the what if game? As we encourage that you do not As we encourage that you do your best to find positive aspects upon whatever subject is before you, there are often those who would ask, but what about the man who's just lost his job and has a wife and 5 children? His rent is due in 2 days, and he doesn't have the money to pay it. Or what about the woman who has the Gestapo army at her door, about to take her to be killed in a gas chamber? How could those people pivot? And to those extreme questions, we often reply, it is as if you have it is as if you have just jumped out of an airplane at an altitude of 20,000 feet, and you have no parachute, and you ask, so now, so now, what do I do? You are usually not faced with such extreme circumstances from which it seems there is no possible, comfortable escape. However, these extreme situations, with all of the drama and trauma that they bring, also bring a power that, with the right focus, can provide resolutions that someone watching from the outside would find astonishing or even miraculous. Miraculous. In other words, there is no situation from which you cannot find a positive resolution, but you have to be able to focus powerfully in order to accomplish such a solution. And most people who are in those kinds of situations are not adept at that kind of focus, which is why they are experiencing the negative situation to begin with. When you are involved in extreme situation, power comes forth from within, and so the intensity of your desire will put you upon a plateau where, if you can just get focused, you can have a greater elevation. In other words, those who are very sick are in a better position to be even more well than most others, because their desire for wellness is amplified. But unless they are able to pivot, to turn their attention to their desire for wellness and away from their concern about illness, they cannot become well. We would encourage you to play the what if game, looking for positive aspects. In other words, rather than looking into your society for examples of disempowered people having no control over the circumstances of their lives, tell a story that gives you a feeling of empowerment. Instead of telling the story of powerless victims and thereby amplifying your own feeling of also being a victim, tell a different story. For example, what if this woman, before the Gestapo army came pounding on her door, had recognized the rumbling of the looming Holocaust that were in the community weeks before? What if she had left the community when many of the others had left? What if she had not been afraid of the unknown? What if she had not held to the familiar? What if she had made a decision to start a new life in a new country with her sister and her aunt and uncle 2 weeks ago so that she was not at home when the Gestapo came calling? When you play the what if game, when you play the what if game, look for things you do want to see. Look for things that make you feel better. There is never a situation in which there is not a way out. In fact, There are hundreds and thousands of practical choices along the way, but out of the habit, most people continue to choose to lack perspective in situation until they eventually find themselves in an unwanted place where it seems that there are no more choices. As you hold to your intention to look for evidence of well being and thriving and success and happiness, you will tune yourself to the vibration of those things. And so, those kinds of good feeling experiences will dominate your life. Today, no matter where I am going, no matter what I am doing, it is my dominant intent to look for what I am wanting to see. As you make the decision that you are not a mere observer of your world, but a deliberate and positive contributor to your world, you will find great pleasure in your involvement with what is going on upon your planet. When you witness things that you do not want to happen in your world, in your nation, in your neighborhood, in your family, or in your personal body, and you remember that you have the power to tell a different story, and you also know that is enormous power in telling a different story. You will then step back into the exuberant knowledge that you held when you made a decision to come forth to participate on this planet to begin with. You cannot be in a place other than where you are right now, but you do have the power to begin to express your perspective about where you are increasingly better, or where you are in increasingly better ways. And as you do that consciously and deliberately, you will see the evidence of the power of your focus on every subject to which you turn to your attention. As you make the decision that you want to feel good, and you consciously look for the positive aspects within the subjects that you are involved in every day, and as you deliberately identify and focus upon what you do want regarding the subjects, you will set yourself upon a path of eternal unfolding satisfaction and joy. These processes are simple to understand and to apply, but do not let their simplicity cause you to underestimate their power. Underestimate their power. Consistently apply them and show yourself the leverage of the power of aligned thought. Discover the power of the energy that creates worlds. The power that you have always had ready access to put to, but big, the power that you have always had ready access to, but which you now understand how to apply, and focus it toward your own personal creations. More people coming in. Hi, Donna. Let's see here. Happy beautiful day. Happy beautiful day. Tracy and Tinnika. We're having so many people here. So good. Shanetta. Happy beautiful day to all of you. It's so good. So, yeah, let's move on to the next. Part 2, attracting money and manifesting abundance. So I say editor's note, in the sections where there is a back and forth dialogue between Jerry and Abraham, the speaker's name is repeated at the beginning of each section for clarity. Good. So, this is good. Attracting money and manifesting abundance. While money is not absolutely essential to your experience, to most people, money and freedom are synonymous. And since an intense awareness of your right to be free is at the very core of that which you are, it follows, therefore, that your relationship with money is one of the most important subjects of your life experience. And so, it is no wonder you have such strong feeling about the subject of money. Although some people have discovered the freedom of allowing large amounts of money to flow through their experiences. It is more often the case that because you or experience far less money than you need or desire, most of you are not feeling free. It is our intention here to clearly explain why this financial disparity exists so that you can begin to allow the abundance that you want and deserve into your experience. For as you read these words, and as you begin to resonate with these law-based truths, you will align your desire with the abundance of your world, and the evidence of your newfound alignment will soon become apparent to you and to others who observe you. Whether you are one who has been working to achieve financial abundance for many years, or you are a youngster just starting down the path, the journey to financial well-being does not have to be a long one from where you are, and it does not require large amounts of time or physical effort, for we are going to explain to you in simple and easy to understand terms how to utilize the leverage of energy that is available to you. We want to show you the absolute correlation between the thoughts you have been thinking about money, the way you feel when you think those thoughts, and the money that flows into your experience. When you are able to consciously make that correlation and you decide to deliberately direct your thoughts accordingly, you will access the power of the universe and you will then see how time and physical effort are rather irrelevant to your financial success. So, we begin with the simple premise of your universe and of your world. You get what you think about. Often people say to us, that can't be true, because I have wanted and thought about more money for as long as I can remember, but I continue to struggle with not enough money. And what we then tell them is the most important thing for you to understand if you want to improve your financial situation. The subject of money is really two subjects. One, money, plenty of money, the feeling of freedom and ease that plenty of money can provide. And two, absence of money, not nearly enough money, the feeling of fear and disappointment that the thought of absence of money induces. Often people assume that because they are speaking the words, I want more money, they are speaking positively about money. But when you are speaking of money or anything, and you are feeling fear or discomfort as you speak, you are not speaking of the subject of money, but instead you are speaking of the subject of not enough money. And the difference is very important because the first statement brings money and the second holds it away. It is a value for you to become aware of how you are really thinking and, more important, feeling about money. If you're thinking or saying things like, oh, that is a very beautiful thing, but I cannot afford it, but I cannot afford it, you are not in the vibrational position to allow in the abundance you desire. The feeling of disappointment that is present as you acknowledge that you cannot afford it is your indicator that the balance of your thought is pointed more toward the lack of your desire than toward the desire itself. The negative emotion that you feel as you acknowledge that you cannot afford something that you want is one way of understanding the balance of your thoughts. And the amount of abundance that you are actually experiencing is another way of knowing. Many people continue to perpetuate the experience of not enough in their lives simply because they do not think beyond the reality of what they are actually experiencing. In other words, if they are experiencing the shortage of money and are aware of it and speak of it often, they hold themselves in that chronic positive position. And so, many people protest when we explain to them the power of telling the story of their finances as they want it to be, rather than as it is, because they believe that they should be factual about what is happening. But we want you to understand that if you continue to look at what is and speak of what is, you will not find the improvement that you desire. You may see a parade parade of changing faces and places, but your life experience will essentially show no improvement. If you want to effect substantial change in your life experience, you have to offer substantially different vibrations, which means you have which means you must think and faster feel different as you think them. Hmm. Lackful action doesn't pay off. Jerry. Many years ago, I owned a motel near El Paso, Texas, and H.L. Hunt, who at the time was one of the wealthiest men in the United States, one of the multi-billionaires, called me. He had purchased Ojo Caliente, a small resort on the Rio Grande that was financially failing, and he had heard that I might have some useful information to help him turn it around. As we were visiting in my little coffee shop, I had a difficult time focusing on our conversation because I just couldn't understand why a man that wealthy would still be discontent and looking for a way of making more money. I wondered why he didn't just sell the place at whatever price and go on about his life enjoying the money he had already accumulated. I have another friend who's in the multi-billionaire class. We were in Janeiro, Brazil, walking on the beach, and he was talking about some business problems he was having. And it really struck me that that man, so wealthy, would have any kind of troubles. But what I learned from you, Abraham, and I learned a lot from you, is that our true success in life is not about how much money we have or about the having of things, right? First, I'll find my vibrational balance. Abraham answered. Abraham. The things that you have and the things that you do are all meant to enhance your state of being. In other words, it's all about how you feel. And how you feel is all about coming into alignment with who you really are. When you tend to your alignment first, then the things you gather and the action you perform only enhance your good feeling state of being. But if you do not find that vibrational balance first and attempt to make yourself feel better by bringing more things into your experience or participating in more activities in order to try to make yourself feel better, you just get further out of balance. We are not guiding you away from accumulating things or from taking action, because all of that is an essential part of your physical experience. In other words, you intended the wonderful experience of exploring the details of your physical world in order to help you to personally determine your own joyous growth and expansion. But when you try to move forward from an imbalanced footing, it is always uncomfortable. If you will begin by identifying how you want to feel or be, and let your inspiration to accumulate or to do come from that centered place, then not only will you maintain your balance, but you will now enjoy the things you gather and the things that you do. Most people do most of their wanting from a place of lack. They want things, in many cases, simply because they do not have them. So the having of them does not really satisfy anything deep within them because there is always something else that they do not have. And so, it becomes a never ending struggle to try to bring one more thing that still will not be satisfying, into their experience. Because I don't have this, I want it. And they really think that getting it will fill the void. But that defies law. Any action that is taken from a place of lack is always counterproductive, and it always leads to more of feeling of lack. The void that these people are feeling cannot be filled with things or satisfied with action, because the feeling of void is about the vibrational discord between their desire and their chronic habits of thought. Offering better feeling thoughts, telling a different story, looking for positive aspects, pivoting to the subject of what you really do want, looking for positive what ifs. That is how you fill that void. And when you do, a most interesting thing will occur in your experience. The things you have wanted will begin to flood into your experience. But these things you have been wanting will flood in not to fill your void, because that void no longer exists. They flow in because your void no longer exists. Certainly, you will gather many magnificent things into your experience. Our message is not for you to stop wanting, having, or doing. Our message is for you to want and accumulate and do from your place of feeling good. So good. Okay. Neither money nor poverty makes joy. Jerry, Abraham, there's a saying that money doesn't make for happiness. On the other hand, I noticed that poverty doesn't make for happiness either. But still, it's obvious that money isn't the path to happiness. So, if the idea of achieving something does bring us happiness, does that mean the achievement is an appropriate goal for us to set? And how does a person maintain his or her feeling of happiness when reaching one's goals is taking a lot of time and energy? It often seems that there is a sort of uphill climb to reach the goal and then a short plateau of rest, but then an almost immediate, tedious climb to achieve the next goal. How does a person keep all of the climbing toward their goals joyous so there is not that struggle, and then, wow, I made it. But then struggle. Oh, here, I made it again. Abraham answered, Abraham, you are right. Money is not the path to happiness. And as you have observed, poverty certainly is not the path to happiness either. It is not so important to remember that when you offer any action for the purpose of achieving happiness, you're truly going about it in a backward way. Instead, use your ability to focus your thoughts and words toward things that cause you to feel better and better. And once you have deliberately achieved a state of happiness, not only will wonderful actions be inspired, but wonderful results must follow. Most people give the majority of their attention to whatever it is happening in their experience right now, which means if the results pleases them, they feel good. But if the results do not please them, they feel bad. But that is really going about life the hand way, the hard way. If you only have the ability to see what is, then things cannot improve. You must find a way to look optimistically forward in order to achieve any improvement in your experience. When you learn how to deliberately focus your thoughts toward good feeling things, it is not difficult to find happiness and maintain it even before your goal has been accomplished. The feeling of struggle you were describing happens because of the continual comparison of where you are right now in relationship to the goal you are reaching for. When you constantly take score, noticing the distance that still needs to be traveled, you amplify the distance, the task, and the effort. And that is why it feels like such an uphill struggle. When you care about how you feel, and so choose thoughts on the basis of they feel, you then develop patterns of thought that are more forward looking. And as the law of attraction then responds to those better feeling thoughts, you get more pleasing results. Struggle never leads to a happy ending. It defies law. When I get there, then I'll be happy. It's not a productive mindset because unless you are happy, you cannot get there. When you decide to first be happy, then you will get there. I am here as a joyful creator. Abraham, you are here not as accumulators or regurgitators. You are here as creators. When you're looking toward an ending place, you exaggerate the feeling of lack between where you are now and that ending place. And that habit of thought can not only slow the progress of your creation, but can hold it apart from you indefinitely. You are the attractor of your experience. As you look for positive aspects and make an effort to find good feeling thoughts, you will hold yourself in a place of positive attraction, and what you want will come faster. The sculptor of a work of art does not derive his greatest satisfaction from the finished piece. It is the process of creation, the sculpting of the piece, that gives him pleasure. That is the way we would like you to view your physical experience of creating. Continually, continual, joyful becoming. As you focus your attention upon things that feel good and achieve a consistently joyful state of being, you will then be in the position of attracting more of whatever you want. Sometimes people complain that it seems unfair that they have to become happy before things that brings more happiness can then come to them. They believe that when they are unhappy, they need the happy events to come. But when they are already happy, then the happy events are unnecessary. But that would defy the law of attraction. You have to find a way of feeling the essence of what you desire before the details of that desire can come to you. In other words, you have to begin to feel more prosperous, before more prosperity can come. Often people tell us that they want more money, and when we ask them what their balance of thought is about money, they proclaim that they have a very positive attitude about money. But as we probe a bit deeper, asking them how they feel when they sit to pay their bills, they often then realize that while they may have been attempting to sound positive about the subject, they have actually been feeling a great deal of worry or even fear around the subject of money. In other words, often without realizing it, the majority of their thoughts about money have been on the not enough side of their subject rather than on the abundance side of this subject. So that is the last one. And now we're going to do some freedom release method. It's going to be a good one. Oh, so much expansion. Oh, so good. Thank you, Chad. You're with your spelling. Huh. To your vibration always. Feel good now, and you are in the receiving mode for more good feeling things. That is so true, Jan. It is so true. So much goodness. Happy beautiful day, Julie. We have Julie here. Julie Penton. Good, beautiful day, Julie. Jules. So good. So let's do some freedom release method. This is gonna be fun. So I'm just going to pick a pen. And I'm just going to see here. From the Abraham now. From 24 March, 24th of March, and 26th and 28th. So just gonna see here. So let's see. So the freedom release method is that it's a very powerful thing because it releases the good energy of what you want and who you are, to feel your alignment more. So when you release something, it's very good. When you fill up with the same, with more energy of that feeling of feel goodness, then it becomes more and it feels better and experience difference when you do this. So it's very powerful. So this freedom release method. So the freedom release method is working like you take a deep, slow breath in and hold it, and then I say a statement like I release all blocks and barriers with, and then a statement about something, and then when I say the statement, you breathe it out, easy and gentle. And then the same with the fill up. It's the same. It's you take a deep, slow breath in and hold it, and then I say I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation for. Then a statement, and then when I finish saying the statement, use easy and gentle, breathe it out. That's how it works, and it's very good. It's very good, and it's sometimes, yeah, it's good. It's all good there. So, Jen, if you want to explain it more, you can. So for sure, so people can know about it. There's someone who's not been knowing about this, how it works. So good. And then exhale, yeah, so good. So let's see here. Just tuning in to the vibration of all this is good. So. Okay, this is a good one. So take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I release all blocks and barriers with I can deliberate, calibrate thoughts on purpose. And breathe out. This is good. So I'm going to do a little bit different now. So now I'm taking after the releases of, I'm filling up, but it is the same. It's just about more vibration to it. So it's the same. It's just releasing more of the energy and just fill up with more of the energy of it. So take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation that I can deliberate, calibrate thoughts on purpose. And breathe out, easy and gentle. So I'm going to do this releases and I'll lifting through all of this. So this is going to be fun. Let's do it. Good. Let's see the next. Take a deep, slow breath. Take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I release all blocks and barriers with I can let my thoughts come naturally. And then breathe out. And naturally is actually feel good now. So let's fill up. Take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation that I can let my thoughts come naturally. Naturally is feel good now. And I know it, I feel it. That's natural. That's who I am. That's the energy of who I am from within. And it's always available for me to tap in and tune in and turn on to the energy of it, to the vibration of it. So mm-mm-mm. This is a good one. Take a deep slow breath in and hold it. I release all blocks and barriers with my body is of trillions of cells and they're always seeking alignment in their own way. Yes, we have some intelligence from within that's also seeking alignment. So it is so good to just let it happen, let it be. Nothing to do there. It's like the breathing. We don't need to think about the breathing. We don't need to do about anything about it. The breathing happening by itself. But when we consciously breathing, we can feel more of the alignment from within as we are relaxing and allowing, and as we're releasing the resistance. We say we quieting our mind and breathing into the alignment of who we are, and then we feel that quieting of mind. It arises the energy from within, the vibration, and it's the same with the trillions of cells. So take a deep slow breath in and hold it. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation that my body is of trillions of cells and they seeking alignment. And breathe out. Easy and gentle. This is a good one. I will take all of it. So take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I release all blocks and barriers with I stand in a relationships to all of my areas. Oh wait, to okay. Take on one more. Let's see here. Okay, this is good. So take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I release all blocks and barriers with my inner being know where I stand in relationships to all my areas in my life. My well-being is among us. My among us. Among us. It's a good word. I like that word. Breathe out. Easy and gentle. Yes. So take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation that my inner being knows where I stand in relationship in all my areas in my life, to all of my areas in my life. My well-being is among us. Yeah, it's so good. It's among us. Mhm. Take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I release all blocks and barriers with easier it gets. And breathe out. Easy and gentle. It's good. So take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation that easier it gets. And breathe out. Easy and gentle. I have something now. I get a great download here, so this will be good. So take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I release all blocks and barriers with we are all in this together. Align and shine. This is a good one. Take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation that we are all in this together. Align and shine. In your own way, yeah. Take a deep and breathe out. Because you can always align and shine, whatever, no matter what happening conditionally. Unconditional from within is always aligning and shining. It's always feeling good to you and through you, no matter what happening outside. So this is a great time for come together, for co-create with yourself, co-create with each other, and like this, what a great thing to be here on, speaking with each other and expanding. The technology is amazing today, and it's just getting better and better. So this is good. Let's move on to the next one. This is a good one. This is happening. So take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I release all blocks and barriers with now in this time, momentum is more. There's more asking, and there is more non-physical solution to it. And breathe out. Easy and gentle. The knowingness of that. When there is more asking, there is more answer to that asking. And when there is, and it's the same when there is a more problem, you say it looks like that. There's more solution because the one cannot be without the another. So now is the best solution time ever because all of this asking, there is an answer to it. So take a deep breath in and hold it. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation that all of this asking, there's an answer to it. I feel good. Yes, freedom. It is. So good. Good energy. Take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I release all blocks and barriers with I can be the part of the solutions. And breathe out. Good. Take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation that I can be the part of the solution. Well-being is natural for me. To me. And breathe out. So good. The solution is to just be in your own alignment, shine your own light, be in your own present, feeling your newness of this now and forward in the new. Look for things that feels good to you. Write things down, positive aspects, anything that distract you from the unwanted and being more in the wanting and feeling it too. And the solution is always for each and one of us, not for me to thinking what others, if they are in their own alignment or other people must be in alignment, but for myself, only myself, that I am in my alignment. And then my world is wonderful and joyful and magnificent, and it becomes more. That is the solution. For be the part of the solution is to be focused in yourself, focused in your own alignment, focused in who you really are, and feeling your own alignment and shine your own light. So I am solution focused. Yeah, I am solution focused. That is a good one. Let's take a deep breath in and hold it. We will take that one. That's a good one. I release all blocks and barriers with I am solution focused. And breathe out. Yes. Releasing the good energy of it and now filling up with that good energy as well. So take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation that I am solution focused. I am. I am now. I am you. So breathe out. I take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I release all blocks and barriers with it's fun to focus in the solution. It is. Breathe out. It's fun. It's fun to see the solution of all that is happening right now. It's fun to see new things and look at new things and like see that things are unfolding and becoming either better and more. There's always a solution. There is never that a problem just be a problem. There's always the opposite of it. When there's a problem, there's a solution. There's always an expansion in the energy of wantingness. So take a deep, slow breath in, hold it. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation that it's fun to focus in the solution. So good. And breathe out. Take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I release all blocks and barriers with it's natural to me to feel good. My inner beingness always feel good. And breathe out. So good. Easy and gentle. And then take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation that it's natural to me to feel good. My inner beingness always feel good. Breathe out. This is good. Take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I release all blocks and barriers with who I am is predominantly source energy. And breathe out. Easy and gentle. Take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation that who I am is predominantly source energy. I know it, I feel it, I understand it, I am living it. It's natural. Yes, it is. More and more we are consciously aware of it, more we are observing it, more we are sensing it and feeling it, more it becomes. Who I am is predominantly source energy. Source energy always feels good. This is a good one. Take a deep slow breath in and hold it. I really release all blocks and barriers with satisfaction is intention and desires and moving toward it. And breathe out. So, so good. Take a sleep. Take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation. That satisfaction is intentions and desires, and then moving forward and moving toward it. And moving toward it. Satisfaction is intention, desires, and moving toward it. So good. And yes, like in a beingness, like the pure low source energy, the downstream is always moving towards something to become more. Never stop. So it's well-being stream of who you of the energy that's just moving always, forever and ever more forward in a new. Take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. Now I'm filling up only. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation that I'm tuned in, tapped in, turned on. And that means it creates worlds. Yes. Take a deep, slow breath in and hold it. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation that I'm aligned up with my happy moments and more to come. I'm lined up with my happy moments and more to come. Yes, I'm tuned in and tapped in and turned on to that energy that creates worlds. Yes, that's so right, Jen. Thanks for that. It's a really good one. So take a deep slow breath in and hold it. We can clarifying it more out. So I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation that I am tuned in and tapped in and turned on to the energy that create worlds. Yes. And breathe out. Take a deep slow breath in and hold it. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation that I always, always, always can just chilling out, no matter what. Chilling out. Yes. And that's when you are in the receiving mode. Because then when you're relaxing all of this activity in your mind and just like you're just relaxing into who you are. So yeah, next time I will to take these other things here. There's from the Abraham 28th of March. I will then writing and see releases uplifting, but this is really good. So I will do this every Sunday. This will be very, very good. Just pick up things there from there. So good. So thank you everyone. Each and one of you is here cooperating. It's co-creating with yourself and co-creating with each other, and there's more to come. So love you guys so much, and I wish you a wonderful Sunday, and see you tomorrow. I'll see you next week on this meditation.